Benji all up in my pocket, ain't got time.
Recording live from the 404, 7 Bill Enterprise presents The Den, a podcast made for urban culture about urban culture, taking over the airways and giving out keys to the streets. Even the most drastic tuned in. Yo, it's your boy the Bakers Man, aka Benji the Money Getter, chasing money and not the honeys, and you tap into the den. I got a real special guest today, man. The natural queen during the day, wizard graphic designer at night. I got the Miss Briyanna Ruff.
Hi, my name is Briyanna, owner of Briyanna Ruff Designs. I also have a YouTube channel, B Ruff Hair and Lifestyle. Subscribe, follow, like, comment, all of that.
What made you want to become a graphic designer?
I want to say it was high school, or early high school, late middle school, where I wanted to have my own clothing line, like graphic design, t-shirt. But I didn't know how to, put the stuff on the shirt.
Right.
I just knew how to draw. And I didn't know how to get it digitized and all of that. Mm-hmm. But I'm more of I'm do things myself type person. I don't outsource a lot unless I have to. Mm-hmm. So I took the time to learn how to do that stuff and what applications I needed. And I ended up really liking everything that I was looking up. And I was like, dang, I just might, get into graphic design.
Okay, that's crazy. So that's what you think. I see you got a degree in graphic design, so you think that's what really spearheaded that?
I know that's what it is.
Okay.
I know for a fact. I had no interest in graphic design. I just knew I wanted to do something art related, but graphic design was not on the radar at all.
Facts.
Which is crazy because I'm very techie. Like my dad stays up to date on technology and all of that stuff, builds computers and everything.
Oh,
so he passes that down to us.
Okay, that sounds like graphic design was meant for you then.
Oh yeah.
So what school did you go to?
As far as college,
yeah,
I went to Georgia Southern University. I chose Georgia Southern because I did apply to 4 different schools. Georgia Southern is the only one that actually had the graphic design degree.
I honestly never heard of a graphic design degree. They didn't offer it here.
A lot of schools, they offer art with a concentration of graphics, communications, or something like that. But Georgia Southern was graphic design, and I wanted my degree to say graphic design.
That jump far.
Yeah.
So how was your experience at Georgia Southern?
It was really iffy at first.
Why you say that?
Well, the first classes we had, I don't know how new the program was, but it was very complicated, and it's very strict. So
for graphic design?
Yes.
Okay.
It's once you're in, you cannot get out, or you're not graduating on time.
Really?
Yes, how you can switch majors, and then still graduate on time possibly.
Right.
It's either you start in graphic design or you don't start at all, because if you switch or do something, switch in, switch out, you're not graduating in 4 years.
So it's really specialized for graphic design only.
Yes, because you have to take a whole bunch of certain classes, and it's you won't be able to do that if you're doing something else.
What type of classes you took? Just to name a few.
Well, we had to do a variety of 2D classes and 3D classes. So I did 3D animation, so I do know how to animate in the basics for the most part.
Okay.
2D stuff like painting and drawing, and we had to do stuff like printmaking, where we learned how to make books and paper. A whole bunch of stuff that I thought I would not need, and then I ended up needing it.
Right, that's fine though, because
Yeah.
you said books, so everything, 3D models, you can make cartoons, you can write a book.
Yeah, I can literally do anything.
Literally, you got the door open for anything. But so how'd you fall in love with your branding? Because I see you do a lot of branding. That's dope.
Well, at first I didn't think I wanted to just keep doing logos and stuff. But
and logos, you say in the sense of for companies, people who want clothing lines, logos, that type thing. Or what were you doing?
Okay, logos companies and things like that. As far as t-shirt designing and stuff, a lot of that stuff is heavily I don't know how to explain it.
It's real fickle for sure.
It is, because the person asking for it has a very strict vision. You come to me and you're this is exactly how I want it to go. And branding is more of it's more, well, it is design, but it is business
like
as
product
well.
based.
Like, it's like customer experience.
Mm-hmm.
So you can want your logo to look a certain way, but if you don't really know about your market, your competitors, like, you know, things like that, doesn't matter what you want, honestly.
And that's crazy because a lot of people don't really think about that when it comes to a logo, really branding, really just anything graphic design related. They don't really think of how important it really is for real.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But that's kind of like one of my questions too. So how do you like deal with like a picky client so they don't really know what they want, but you've made, like, say you made the logo already and you show it to them, they're like, I don't like this. So you ask them like what they like, but it's still like, I don't know what I like. I just know I don't like this.
No, I know I've had a few of those. Not necessarily that they didn't like it, but they just have a different vision. Mm-hmm. But the problem is, they don't tell me that vision.
Right.
So when a client comes to me and says, hey, I want you to do a logo for my, let's say, fishing company, and I say, okay, I have a questionnaire that I send them that has like, what do you like, what don't you like, what colors do you see, what is your company about,
like an assessment.
Yeah, basically, so I can, you know, use that while I'm designing the logo.
Okay.
And sometimes they provide me with nothing. Like,
I believe it.
They just send me the name, and then I say, what colors? And they say, you know, any color works. What colors don't you want to see? I don't really care. Oh, what does your company mean? I'm not really sure yet. I'm like, okay, so that logo is them. They can say you made it, but that's them. So if they want it to look ugly and whatever, if that reflects them the worst. But I don't want people to leave from me, and like I said, it's a business thing. I don't want people to leave from me because the logo affects almost everything. That's what everybody sees. Right. I don't want them to be in a bad position after me. I need them to be in a better position.
I mean, that's good though. It shows that you care about your craft and you care about the work that you put out.
Oh yeah. And I listen to some podcasts, design podcasts, and they say that you should definitely, when you make something, you need to explain it. You need to explain how it helps them, mm-hmm. and how it would be beneficial to them, because sometimes they don't realize that. They just see it and like, I don't like it. But if you tell them why it works,
they usually will.
They're like, okay, you know what? You're right. That makes sense.
Crazy. I would have never thought about that.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta explain your work. You don't just show it to them and just say, yeah, here you go.
So, my bad, because I asked you how you fell in love with branding, but we ended up getting into the logos. So, back to the branding.
Okay, sorry.
I kind of got like a little grasp of how you feel though. Like you said, you explain your work, show people why they need this. And with branding, you know, it's basically branding right there. Like, you making a package or a label, and it's like, dang, that don't look fire. Let me grab that.
Yeah.
So, like, tell us your thinking behind your branding, like your love for it.
I just like making things that make sense, I guess. Like, I went to school, and of all the classes I took, it wasn't called the branding class, but the class where we talked most on branding was my favorite one. I was like, this is exactly what I want to do. Right. We got into even colors. People don't think about. They just think, oh, I want this and this color, but colors have meaning.
Facts.
Like, everything has a meaning, and it's just, branding is, you know, bringing all of that information together, because we have to do research. Like I said, we have to look at the competitors. You notice your competitors' colors. Most companies use similar colors as other companies, so sometimes they don't know the difference, and they're just like, oh, it looks the same, might as well pick it up. I mean, it's cheating, kind of, but you know.
I mean, at the same time too though, like, I wouldn't say it's cheating. You can't cheat as a creative. They probably was inspired, and you gotta think about.
You can be inspired, but to choose the same colors on purpose, but it's also kind of like
the meaning behind the colors.
That's the market, though. That's what it is. Like, because
Bank of America, I mean, their junk is red, but Wells Fargo is red.
Wells Fargo is red too. Even think of chips. A lot of chip bags are red. Like, red is a very good color. Like, if you want to stand out, for sure.
Fact.
Yes, like, if you really want to stand out, red is most likely going to be used in the logo. That's so cliche. That's so
you
cliche.
You think that's cliche?
It is.
Cliche.
Can't nobody say cliche. What's up, everybody? This is Briyanna with Benji the Baker's Man. We live at the Den. Everybody tap in.
And then so aside from your branding, you do a little bit of everything. I'm hearing that you do pictures and
Yeah, I'm trying to get into photography too. Yeah.
Logos. What you do, videography?
What do you think I'm doing on my YouTube channel?
Yeah. That's what they say coming in. But I was gonna say, man, you go crazy with like your graphics on your YouTube. The way you edit your show was just real. Like I like it. Like you use the sound effects. I use the sound effects too, man. I like that. Like it's real. I say witty but urban. You talk about your natural hair. So hey, I like it. You got a nice thing going. So how did that come about? Like, what made you start doing YouTube?
Well, I've always wanted a YouTube channel. I was telling you previously, I did have a podcast of my own. Only reason I didn't start off with YouTube is because I was like, I gotta look good to be in front of the camera. Like I gotta, dress up, sit down, and then make sure I look right.
I feel that because no cap, for my episode 3, my friend, he does videography, and so he was just like, hey bro, let me record your episode, because the person I was interviewing was his friend too.
Yeah.
And so we got like the same little friend group. So I let him do it because I'm like, okay, cool. But I was thinking like I could post it as BTS. I never wanted to post it because it was a lot going on.
Yeah.
But so I was watching the video, and I'm just like, no cap, I can't post this.
Exactly.
Like my shirt was low-key too small. My pants was looking crazy. I'm like, nah, I look a mess.
Exactly. Like that's the one thing I didn't want to worry about. But podcast, just turn on the mic and start talking.
Yeah,
that's
facts.
it.
That's why I like it.
Naked in your pajamas, like whatever.
Yeah, that's why I like it, no cap, because it's not real smooth. And honestly, I didn't want to go the YouTube route just because I feel like that's the route everybody takes. So I just wanted to strictly do my podcast. But the fact that I am on YouTube now and doing it for my class, I might keep it going just because I see the benefits YouTube actually kind of has and how to get yourself out there for real.
One thing about podcasting with YouTube is like people like to see like facial reactions and stuff. Yeah. Thanks. So I think that's the best part. But I just started YouTube because I just felt like, I like talking. Yeah. I was like, I feel like I need to be in front of a camera or something. Like,
would you be an actor or actress?
Yes, I want to be one.
Oh, okay. Yes. That's hard. Okay.
But I do my hair. I don't let nobody touch my hair. And I was like, you know what? Here's a perfect YouTube channel. Like, that's it. And then, Corona hit. So the lifestyle part is kind of on hold because really, what am I doing?
Welcome to Dripping in the Den. During this segment, we'll get an inside look on our special guest's fashion choices. So what's some do's and don'ts for you when it comes to fashion?
One thing, as far as like clothing and stuff, I'm not really like too crazy on it, like designer and stuff like that. But I love sneakers. Like I love shoes. And when I was in middle school, high school, I always picked the shoes with the most color. I'm a color person. You can tell.
Yeah, you're bubbly. You got good energy to you.
You can tell.
It's time for the shower mix.
What type of music do you like to listen to in your creative thinking process, or when you're creating in general?
Okay, now that's a good question. I like listening to a lot of lo-fi. No words, just vibes.
The black-owned business I want to shout out this week is Eat My Sweets, a bakery that makes all types of treats, cakes, and infused treats for all my party animals. DM for orders. Her Instagram is eatmysweets_bakery20. So it's EATMYSWEETS_bakery20. Tell her Benji sent you. All right, man, that's a wrap at the Den. We're signing off with the elegant and lovely Briyanna Ruff. Tell them where to find you at.
All right, you can find me on Twitter at Briyanna Who, which is also my Instagram name as well, BRIYANNAWHO. There's also my business Instagram, which is just Briyanna Ruff, same first name, RUFF. And my YouTube channel, BR Hair and Lifestyle. You can look me up, like, subscribe, comment, all of that good stuff.
That's a bit. Hey, man, y'all folks tap in with her and we out. And with that is a wrap of the pilot season. I appreciate everybody who tuned in to listen. I appreciate all my friends and family for the advice and input on the show. Stay tuned. Season 1 is dropping soon. We will be on a brief hiatus. So yeah, just be on the lookout. stay up to date on the 7 Bill Enterprise because I will be talking about new stuff on there and I will be posting more. So yeah, man, y'all just stay tuned. The training wheels is coming off and it's gonna go crazy. Tap into the den.
This is where it's at.
As always, man, follow me on Instagram at 7Bill, 3 L's. And follow the 7 Bill Enterprise page for exclusive content on the den and just to see what's coming up next. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, 7 Bill Enterprise. And of course, be on the lookout for the den on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all other podcast streaming services.